I'm kind of reflecting on St. Paul's letter, 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6, as I play with these leaves. You know, St. Paul says, whoever sows sparingly will reap sparingly, and whoever sows bountifully will reap bountifully. And you know, these come from a place of sowing. If these leaves or these trees were not sown somewhere, they would not have germinated, and perhaps they would not have borne all these beautiful leaves, all these beautiful trees, all these beautiful flowers that I'm admiring here. But what is St. Paul saying to us? St. Paul is telling us that we all have a background where we come from. Some of us come from a place of scarcity. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to feel protected. We don't have enough security, enough love, enough to give back, right? So it's like a place of being wounded. That place of being wounded makes us ration everything. So we ration love, we ration affection, we ration vulnerability, we ration forgiveness, because our brain is asking us whether we are safe. So it is about what is in our hearts and how we can give. On the alternative, we might come from a place of abundance, right? So we don't ration, we give, we feel. We do not ration love. We give love, we give truth, we give justice, we give vulnerability, we give forgiveness, because this is where we have come from. So we're not operating from a place of stinginess when we do not have that background of stinginess. So somebody might not be selfish, but somebody is trying to protect himself or herself. This happens even in relationships. People are so stingy with giving patience, with giving love, with giving affection, with even hugging, right? Because they do not know that. So Paul is telling us today that grace precedes generosity. God's grace precedes generosity, because God himself has given us. So we need to understand our relationship with God in that sense, because God himself is the one who gives, and God himself is the one who invites us to give, and we become protected if we understand that God, despite anything, is the one who is keeping us safe. So St. Paul is inviting us today to appreciate God's love, appreciate God's mercy, and give to him so we are protected by him. Give to him because God is the one who is giving us back. And that is why he says, remember, God is a cheerful giver. Number one is, don't judge somebody who is not giving as being selfish, okay? Because the person might be working hard to protect himself or herself. But then the person who is in that position should also recognize God's security above every other thing. So St. Paul says, thin reaping produces thin sowing produces thin reaping. Abundant sowing produces abundant reaping. What are you sowing today? And what is your heart like? God bless you.